TOKOLA ERROR.
TOKOLA ERROR.
Is this how you went to work?
TOKOLA ERROR.
Wait, I think if you have the platinum hour at Piper's workplace,
you
can show up the way you want.
First of all, I've been employee of the month every month since the year began.
Even then, you went to work with a heads up.
Hard-working motherfucker.
Yo, man, auntie, I learned this trend from Nairobi.
Oh my goodness.
By there, I thought I had long hair, but this is the shortest hair in Nairobi. Like people have neck, like the dreads go all the way till the shoulders, till the back.
Do you want to get like that kind of long hair at some particular point?
I don't think so. I think it will make me sweat. Because when the hair is on my body, I feel I'm always sweating. That's why I prefer for it to just be on the head. I don't feel any pressure or any. I actually forget I have dreads. I'll walk into a room thinking I'm like any other nigga in there.
I'm told that's what white women want.
Have you ever seen me with a white woman?
Piper's never been with a white woman. However, if you have short hair, I think it works to your advantage. With long hair, anytime you get into a fight with Mukazi, I'm seeing her using it against you. That's pulling you there, like, get over here.
The contradiction in all this is, I think when I had short hair, I used to talk to more women than when I got hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And when I was speaking to someone about it, they told me, before you seemed very easy to approach. But now when we see you, you have dreads and then you look a bit sophisticated. I can't just come and...
That's good.
So I look like a Nigerian. Anyway, guys, welcome back to Nothing Serious. It's episode 18.
Woo! 18!
Mutuzo is here. Biwul is here. Aine is here. And we are...
Nothing serious. It is what it is, guys. Yeah, be proud of who you are, guys. Mutuzo, you're not serious, by the way. Let me tell you, this business on people fearing what? You're a serious chap. No, you are not serious. I'm telling you. Mutuzo, don't
and I told her she will stand. I wish
it's too early for you to be violent.
Let me tell
You know? Mutuzo is the most serious on that podcast. I'm like, you guys, you don't know Mutuzo. You don't know Michelle.
I am.
I'm like, that pod has no one serious.
Business. You need to stop this business. Why you keep telling people how unserious I am? For respect.
No, but you are serious. First of all, your outfit looks killer.
Congratulations on
Yeah, it
finishing
looks
year 2
it's very dope outfit.
legal.
Thank
And
you.
we are back to the hair. You remember she had the exam hair?
Oh, yeah.
Now we are
Now
back
she
to
has
the,
after exam hair.
after exam hair.
Now this is Chiongo hair.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
yeah, thank you.
Tulaba tusima.
Well
done.
You're punishing people.
I was about to like add.
You're
add
punishing
words,
our
then I
viewers there. Let me shock you guys. Let me shock you guys, yeah? My family, mom and dad. Guess who their best person on this pod is, and it's not me.
Mutuzo.
Me?
Of course.
Yeah, it had to be.
They was like, yes, get another Mutuzo. Can you imagine?
Hi, Daddy.
Like we would
Can
handle.
we handle 2 of those?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I handle that 3 of you and
Well,
I'm
you do,
doing
but
just
it's
fine.
it's hard work for us.
It's a
Women's
punishment.
nature to
Yeah.
handle
They
more than
multitask,
one
don't they?
man.
They
So yeah,
multitask.
they do very
You're
well.
pushing it.
Are you
too far
sure?
now.
I thought it's the other way around. Like man, one
Very
wife,
true.
two
Just
wives,
not
two wives.
always
Hey,
be-
but we can't
We
handle.
cannot handle. Faizo, we cannot.
Are you telling me, Aine, not at any one point in time have you ever had 3 things lined
You
up
think-
at the same
failed.
time?
I failed miserably. Here I am.
And also the misconception is
Michelle, fuck
when,
off.
when a man has 3 women, the assumption is that he has 3 women. But the truth is they have that man. We think we have them, they have us.
What does that mean?
It's true.
What does
You remember those signs of
It's
greater
you think
or
you think you're a
equal
player.
to
Hey.
something like that? That's
They
how it
are
sounds.
smarter than us. They allow us to think,
Okay.
I have 3 women. But they're
Faizo.
like, let's play this boy.
I was forced to study Islamic marriages.
Oh,
And they
law
have like,
school?
yes, they have so much to fight about, but like after, for viewer,
Discretion or something?
something.
Okay, your
But,
opinions are only yours, huh?
No, I just, no.
You feel like it's not fair for the man to have
That's
4
not-
wives?
It's not even that. Also, I feel like I might say something wrong. And like we
No, I'll
have,
correct you.
Yes. We have a resident imam.
First, give me like a long
Yes.
stick.
We have a resident imam.
We used to call them one
So,
luga.
yes. Say what you want to
No.
say.
Say what
Let's
you have
go.
to say.
okay, these are the things that were very intriguing for me. The first one was, so if a man wants a divorce, they just have to do like a talak thing. They have to say like talak thrice, right? And then they'll get their divorce. If a woman, now there's this other divorce that's called kula, right? Kula. If a woman wants a divorce under kula, they have to get the man's consent.
No, that's all wrong. Yeah, I know that's what you
okay,
studied.
that's what I studied. But
That's what
you get-
they
so
told
there's
you,
like
but
4
in
types
our
of
religion
divorce.
it's a bit different.
Yeah.
There are 4 types of divorce.
Yeah, like in Islam. Then there's the other one where if you do something that's like not in the Quran, that's not allowed by the Sharia law, you can just walk out and. Okay, but like that was the one that was so intriguing. So when I was like arguing about it, like in the exam, I was using all my emotions. Like I cannot believe these guys. How could they?
Nah.
How do they? And then there's this other bit that says a man is allowed to like discipline
The way.
the wife, like they can do light beating, but like the light beating
Yeah, light
is
beating.
Let me tell no,
like
let me tell you,
Man.
people get religion
Religion.
out of context all
Religion.
the
So,
time.
that's why I'm saying, like I kept
No.
saying, oh my god, I cannot wait for Faisal
That's all wrong. People
because
get
we are
religion out of.
going to fight. What
Do
is
you,
this?
do you see how in the Bible there are some scriptures where people are like, when you find someone doing this, beat them
Yeah.
or do this,
Or stone them to death. Yeah.
and then you come and implement that now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. You're putting it out of context.
It's not saying it literally. Yeah.
Yes,
And
no?
in Islam, the one thing they encourage is dialogue. I think the dialogue is about 3 months. You can't just wake up today and get a divorce.
No, I know that. Yeah, I know that. No, my.
Why are we talking about divorce?
I know,
I
right?
need to understand. What's
Who's divorcing who?
is there something?
Well, speaking of punishments, Matuzo, tell us.
Which punishment?
So now
Parental
that
punishment.
parental punishment. So
Oh, you thought like
You're so fake.
yeah.
before we dive into our weeks, yeah. Before we dive into our weeks, yeah.
the hell?
Ignore him. Before we dive into our weeks, yeah. I was rewatching the late Rajiv, may his soul rest in peace, in Alilahi wa in Alilahi Rajiun. So I was rewatching all that content.
Man, in your
On my
absence, we
way.
failed to say that statement, bro.
Guys,
It's okay. We did our part. We did what we could. We did what we could.
Alilahi wa in Alilahi.
It's okay. You'll always say it for us.
We
Imam.
got you.
Anyway, so
Go
I was
on.
watching
Imam.
the late Rajiv's mom, her speech, the one she gave at the funeral. And just one thing stood out that people were asking me about where I was in Nairobi. They were like, yo, in Uganda, how can a parent say I punished someone by putting them? Okay, so the context is she talked about how one time she punished the late Rajiv by subjecting him to sitting on an economy class. Like, okay, take the plane, but as punishment, you're going to sit in economy. You're not going to be in first class. And this was actually a very big punishment. Like, it would rail him up.
Wow.
So as I was watching that, in my head I was like, my mom should have had better friends. Because,
Wow.
yeah.
Punishment.
The punishment is you're flying in economy.
And I kid you not, man, like in his life, that's a very big punishment.
Yeah. It's in that context.
In my
you know,
life,
Yeah.
bruh,
It was, yeah.
even getting that visa. Thank you. Thank you.
It's
thank you so
punishment
much.
enough.
Whether they throw me in
thank
cargo,
you. Yeah. But what's
as long as I'm on the
As
plane.
long as you go.
what's the biggest punishment you've ever gotten from your parents? Like one you remember, like it happened yesterday.
So yeah, I know they didn't put me on economy as a punishment, but I really grew up as a spoiled kid. Like
So no punishment.
No. My parents punished us, but like usually, of course, when you're growing up, you're like, oh my god, like this punishment. But like when other people are talking, I'm like, maybe just Nkavya Kajani,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But like the biggest punishment I remember. So I grew up as an only daughter. So my mom was like sort of very protective of me. But where I grew up from a village, and like there's farms, and like in the farms there's like streams. And I used to love to go swimming in those streams because like all the village kids would be there. So it would be like really fun. Like if you've grown up from the village, like that
There was always that one stream or one river.
You know those Busara storybooks. Sarah went to the market. That was Mutuzo's life.
That was
It
her
used
life.
to be so much fun. And like when we would be going to school, the kids would be talking about how much fun they had like the previous weekend. So my mom would go to work and like we would sneak and like go through banana plantations, go through what someone's farm to like get to the stream. But somehow I grew up in a village that had so much lugambo. Somehow it's like she had spies throughout the village. So one day we went to the stream and we knew her time. We kept like by at 8 p.m. she's coming back home. So we just have to make sure by 7
You're home.
you're home, you're showered, you're
You
clean.
put Vaseline on yourself.
That day they told her, we just saw your daughter Vichi. She came back home at 4. We had no idea. And my dad used to work in Kampala. He would come back like over the weekend, but he would arrive like late in the night. We came back home and Madame was seated in the compound waiting for us. And like we came so freely that to manage to
Oh my goodness.
We even went back home earlier than
the usual.
She didn't touch us. She told my twin brother and I to kneel down on the cement until Dad comes back home and we explain to him what we did. And that woman was so vengeful that she also denied herself sleep.
To wait.
Because she wanted us to kneel upright, right? So, and then do this.
God damn.
So you would like start dozing off and you do this and then she wants to kill you. Like she wanted us like, and guys, I don't know how long I was on that cement.
That's the worst punishment.
This is some CMI like shit.
I don't know how long I was on that cement.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was there for the whole night, but like I know it wasn't the whole night because somehow Dad came back early, but my goodness. But anyway, 2 days later, we went back to the stream and swam, so
yeah,
why was
never
I even
used to end
punished
there.
anyway? But yeah, I think for me
Make a
that's
punishment
like
or holiday.
Weka punishment
Kneel down
hapo
there.
Like she had military training, yeah?
But that
And
is
let
some
me tell you,
hardcore shit.
Yeah, and my dad doesn't beat. Okay, he has beaten me like twice or thrice, but like my little brother, that one doesn't know how they cane people. They've caned him from school.
The Kalaki fella.
They
haven't touched him. They haven't.
He doesn't like when we are talking about punishments. He's in shock of what are you guys talking about.
I'm so
eager
to know how your punishment was.
Why? You think it's
back in the day?
It's the reason he's a
Back
hardy
in
guy
the
today.
I feel like they gave him like half of Mabira Forest. They like slashed this entire place. Like, how was it like, bro?
I don't know, man.
Because this is like a while back.
There's always a discussion / an argument about how 80s and 90s kids glamorize suffering. That we make it seem like somebody has to suffer.
Make it,
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
You know. And it's kind of true. The punishments that were given in the 90s were unkind. For lack of another word. Please. They were unkind. For example, there was a day we had escaped from home to go and chill for a daytime party, like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. But we knew we'd be back home about 6ish. So the old man comes back home at 5, and he sits, opens his newspapers, and he waits. They give him his chai. He's watching his TV. So when you arrive, he sat in such a way that he could spot you from dozens before you see him. And remember, in the house, when you're outside, you can't see inside the house. But when he's inside, he can see outside. So he spots you like, Kawa. You come, you pretend what? First come and chill at the balcony there, show a bit, what? Then you sneak in.
Like you've been around.
This guy, when we entered, we showered, we had supper. Then he told us, everybody who was not in this house when I came in, go back where you were. This is now like 9 p.m. Go back where you were. Bro, you don't know. Wait, we started panicking. And the guy was like, so my mom was like, hey, what? She was trying to negotiate. He told her, if you want, you can go with them. My mom was like, by the way, you're on your own. I'm fine. Go. So, in the bedroom, negotiating. We're like, man,
for you where you going?
For you where you going? What shit? Yeah, I'm going to go under the stairs. We used to live in Bukoto White Flats. I'm going to go and sleep under the stairs. What shit?
Yeah, you guys are real negotiating.
With dogs there. What? Go. It was like 15 minutes of
Because you couldn't
agony.
go back to the party.
The guy came to the bedroom. He opened the door. He's like, start walking out one by one. Please pass here. We walked out, went out. The guy closed the door. So we first sat there for like 15 minutes. We're like, this guy is joking. There's no way he can lock us out. Motherfucker, shut the door. Bro.
Oh my God.
It still runs through my mind.
Good morning.
No, he opened at about like 1 there, which was now like, for us it had been like 8 hours.
You guys stayed there.
Hey,
Yeah, I had to go away.
no, where are you going to go?
Actually,
When
going
you're a child,
out-
you can't go
We stayed
anywhere.
outside the door. We stayed out. We kept hearing voices inside. What were like, wow, these guys are going to open 9, 10, 11. Then now at around 11:30 there, it's like, hey, bring my TV. So our dad used to say when he's done chilling in the living room, he would say, bring my TV to the bedroom. So they'd carry the TV to the bedroom.
The bedroom.
When he says bring my TV to the bedroom, you know lights are going to go out. So he said, bring my TV to the bedroom. So lights started going out.
You guys are out.
Oh, my friend. My cousin started panicking. People started peeing on themselves. They're like, fuck this shit, what? Meanwhile, we used to have dogs around there. Misege, what? Horrible dogs. We're like, these things are going to fuck us up. Remember,
Today is the night.
we are kiddos.
Yes.
Do you know, being outside your house when you're a child,
When you're a child, man, that
that
was
shit
scary.
fucked us up. At about midnight-ish there, he opened the door, looked at us. It was like coming one by one. So he would sit, you come in, you first close the door. You come in, you go there in front of him. He asks you, so what punishment do you want? Now, as we're
That
thinking the
wasn't
punishment is
enough.
over, the guy's like, now what punishment do you want? Everybody was like, you give me like 8 keybox tomorrow.
It can't be
Like,
instant.
are you sure that's okay? It's okay, you can go and sleep. Next person, what punishment? Like you create your own punishment. And
What was your
The
punishment? What did you choose?
of course I chose keybox.
How many?
I chose like what? Like 10 or some shit.
Man, 10 as a
Yeah.
child are like 100.
Wait, 10, but you see, first of all, you have to show him that you're remorseful. You know? You have to show him you're remorseful.
So
And when
10?
you say 10, he might say, okay, this guy is a bit, let me
Did
give
he
him
give you
3.
that 10?
No, he didn't.
But
He gave me
you
like
see,
3.
The weirdest thing about parents is he punished himself. Like that nigga could not sleep because the kids are outside.
But what
He just wanted to teach
Yes,
that
what-
lesson.
what's
It's a
the lesson?
lesson.
from that day, there are certain things I espouse even now when I live alone, I parent and whatever. Like if it reaches a certain time and I am not home, I start feeling uneasy. Right? I start feeling uneasy. And if I have a guest who's coming over, if it reaches a certain time, I'm like, you know what? You come tomorrow. There's a certain discipline it gives you. You don't just leave the house at
But
whatever.
yeah.
Oh,
But I have the
That's
same
so true.
I have the same experience.
yeah.
I was talking to my cousin Charlotte. Like our parents never used to allow us to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like it was
As
It was
girls.
dangerous, guys.
Yeah.
The 90s. As a child was.
You mentioned like it was like some war
Deep cooler.
area.
What are you saying?
90s
Yeah.
were mad, bro.
now,
There were
right
kidnaps,
now as
what?
an adult,
Yeah.
I understand it. But you know, like when you're younger,
You don't get the
understand-
context.
you
You're like,
don't
why are
get
you-
it. But you see, to date, getting me out of my house, like there was like a period where I went all out and would go out every day. And then like after a while, I'm like, but wait,
What's the point?
like this is not it. And now, like if I have to go out with you, I have to mentally prepare myself for
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah.
And then by like 1 a.m., I genuinely want to go home. I can't go beyond that.
Yeah.
Because
And it's
of
good.
how
There's
I
no problem.
work.
But it's a good thing. But you see now when we talk about these lessons today, the kids of today are like how? Like they look you up. Because me, my vice was WWE.
Oh,
Me, I couldn't
wrestling.
sleep
yeah,
before wrestling
which was
was
always late.
done.
Wrestling was always late.
So I remember I used to chill from Isham's, our neighbor's place. The boy was called Isham. Now the problem is, sometimes I would go back home late. And it wasn't so far away, because the Isham's house was like here. Our house was like just across, yeah. So I knew the timetable at home. Dinner is 10, then 11, sleep, yeah. My stupid head that day, Brock Lesnar was fighting the Undertaker. Bruh,
is a must-watch
there's no
event.
way
You can't
I could
miss
miss
that.
that.
Yeah, a huge
So I
wrestling
stayed at
fan
the
wouldn't
Shams.
miss
Yes.
that.
Watched the thing. It ended like at around midnight, 10, 20.
Oh!
My guys, I was like 9, 8 or 10, something like that.
Yeah.
And I was going back home at midnight, 10. Bruh, I got home, the door was locked. The lights were off.
one.
This
I
one.
swear, Judge.
Yeah.
Yo, I knocked. I cried.
On the door.
Like, have you ever punished you with this thing of we're not going to beat you, we're not going to
Yeah.
chase you,
Sulayo.
but
You
today
will
you're going
punish
to
yourself.
learn a lesson. Yeah. I must have been at the door for like maybe 10 to 15.
But it felt
in
like
my
2
head,
hours.
the story I told at Nakasero Primary School the next day, I told them, guys, I entered the house at 4 a.m. You know, when you go to school,
You have to
dress up.
exaggerate
Just I
a
told
bit.
guys, yo, I was outside till 4. But really, it was like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But till now,
Yeah.
if I'm going to meet my mom, I really want to make
You
the
have
time.
to
If I
keep
say
your
it's
time.
this time,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I don't like WWE anymore.
And
Like, that's the last day
I see.
I watched WWE.
You're like, to hell with this thing.
But what happened to Undertaker? Is this still?
Yeah, he's still there,
No,
but
he-
he's no
no,
longer
he's-
active.
yeah.
He's no longer
Yeah,
active.
he-
The guy was dead then.
He retired.
Like,
No.
I thought he
No.
wasn't good. It was acting.
Yeah.
He was, yes. He's into charity work now.
Tell us, Derek.
My worst punishment. I think for me it's in general. I think my dad beat me the most. I won't even say king, but I think that guy beat me the most out of all the kids at home. Like, it was just random out of the blue. There's this one time he phoned me. You know, like he was
You're a stubborn kid.
Yes, and he was an academician, someone who had, done his things. His life was properly organized. So every
Then
time
there was you?
then there was me, very stubborn, big-headed. So there was this. Every time you reach home, the first thing he would ask is your reading timetable.
Oh, yes.
So you would break off on Friday.
Oh, for the holidays, when you
Yes,
come for the holidays. yeah.
Yes. Sunday, because Sunday was family day. He stays at home with you guys. Church, you come, you cook, la 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 la. That's it. So Sunday, he expects to find your reading timetable on his office table at home. So you're writing, you put tap. You're like 2 p.m. after lunch.
SST,
I'll be
what,
reading
economics,
history,
CRE.
what, bichi. So this one time, and he had those surprise unawares. So this one time we're watching actually a repeat of fucking Power Rangers, bro. So we're there, we're watching. The guy came out of nowhere. I was literally on the dining table because I had not even moved the plates yet. I remember it was about 3 p.m. I was there watching. The screen is just like ahead of me. I'm enjoying. The guy entered out of nowhere. I had, come on! Here! Has someone ever slapped you at the back of your neck? Unaware. My head went straight into my plate. Boom! They stepped at me. I'm like, what? The man was next to me. They gave me another one. That guy would not give you using shoebox.
Bare hand.
Body
Bare
to
hands.
body.
Gutinde. This one time, the most hilarious punishment I've ever gotten from that guy. This one time, we're from watching a Chinese movie. There was
Chinese?
Yeah,
Hey,
he was
Jet Li
actually
Jackson.
Drunken Master. I can never forget that movie. The old guy was called Mzee Chansi. Teaching Jackie Chan. So they had
drunk
parts
off,
where they were
yeah.
kicking shit, what. So me and a colleague of mine that had just watched that movie, young as we were, we went outside. We're like, bro, you know how we're going to do this? Kick a stone. The farthest to kick is the greatest. Ayabas, we start kicking stones. Da, da, da. So I kick this stone, it goes all the way up and hits a neighbor's car windscreen. The windscreen breaks.
Back then.
Yeah, now freaked out as much as we were, we disappear. Now my mother is looking for me. The other kid's mother is looking for him. They don't know where we are. We are now hiding. Do you know where we had gone? We had a chick who was selling soda, very prominent for selling soda on the village. We went there, we sat in her shop and kept quiet.
I don't know what the plan is there. Like,
Kids are
We are thinking, we're like, now what do we do? This chick calls our man. Somebody not there. So they leave us there for like a couple of hours. Like at 7, we're like,
So you're
but
not going
are we
home.
going to sleep here? What are we going to do? A guy's like, me, I am not going home. You're the one who kicked the stone. I'm like, but you're the one who pushed me into it. So there's that blame game going on. Like at 8 p.m. when this chick is closing, she takes us home. Of course, now I reach home, I find when my mom has cleared, what? My mom just told me, wait for your father.
mothers can wash their hands.
That's you're not my
That's here, you
problem
and your
right
father.
now.
Oh,
My dad comes in. It was Thursday night. He used to come on Friday. So this time around, he comes Thursday night. He picks us up, takes us for dinner. Friday, he doesn't say anything. Saturday, he doesn't say anything. He's good. He's calm. He's collected.
you're starting to think he has forgotten. Maybe I've dodged the bullet.
I'm like, whew. Sunday night. Hey!
What the
This
hell?
guy gave you guys a buffer period.
Yes. And in this time he was, you know, like I
He
said,
was a very
taking
clever
you
guy.
out, you know, jokes. One
Yeah.
Sunday night he came home. He closed the door. Said, Derek, Davis, that man would cane us in pairs. Called it, Derek, Davis, come here. Sat there. Now at first he sends us for something which I'm not going to mention, but yes. So we go, we get it. It's like, you can die. I can finish you now. Do you know that? He puts the thing on the side. And now he gets bare knuckles. The guy punched me, bro. The guy beat us. My mom was scared to intervene. She couldn't say anything. She was just standing by the door frame, just looking on. They beat us, and the man told us, you're going to sleep on the floor. You're not going to your beds. So we're like, okay, fine. With our tears, this is like after 2 hours of being beaten, we sleep. In the morning, I woke up and my kid brother had peed on the floor.
Yeah, how can you not? Like,
Bare knuckle with a
poor
big
David.
man.
Go away.
And you can't return anything.
How?
A punch, a slap.
How are you going to return his toe?
the guy is
He's up
huge.
those ends.
Let me tell you, I never saw
We've been
football
through some
the same
shit.
again.
We've been through some shit.
So do you still play football?
How? You remember how we used to kick things when we were coming back from school?
Hey.
You can never catch me, bro. You can never catch me.
I'm surprised that your punishment wasn't for playing Mama Netata, because I know you must have played those games.
Now, Mama
those ones were played.
I was always the son of the rich father.
Yeah.
Because I had some money. So I would be the guy of Saudi Arabia, the one buying for us Jolly Jazz. Because it was Jolly Jazz back in the day. Jolly Jazz, then some cakes, what? So I go home, I wait for my mother. I'm like, mommy. Yeah. I go to my bag. In Changas, Jangas, in Ninam.
I'm in so much shock. I can't even.
People have been
Games you
through.
don't remember.
love
You know,
listening
you know
to people's-
PlayStation,
It was
what.
crazy,
No,
man.
I actually didn't grow up in the over PlayStation era. What. No, but like I had a normal.
Our PlayStations
Yeah.
were always field related. You'd either be riding a bike or riding
Yes,
this.
yes,
What
yes.
was it called? Betting?
The other day,
Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
day I was
Crazy
telling
shit.
Claire how like they don't know games like Kakebe, like
Yeah.
you get. And
You
I'm
know,
like,
stuck in the mud.
Like, what
They
were you
don't.
guys
You
doing?
know,
In a mad.
Yes.
Yeah, no Sonko.
That's how there was Sonko. They were stuck in the mud. There was hide and seek.
Speaking of
Dulu.
Duel.
Like someone blasts you out of the line. You are
24
pissed.
gaps. Duel.
Speaking of Sonko,
Shit.
my weekend in Nairobi, I think we went to Ibiza. Yeah.
Oh, you went to Ibiza?
Yeah, we went to Ibiza. Let me actually get into my week because time is going. We went to Ibiza. There's some guy called Sonko. I think he's like
He's a wealthy guy.
Wealthy guy in
Yeah, he's a
Nairobi,
wealthy.
yeah.
Yeah.
guys.
So isn't it the governor of
Governor
one of
He's a
the...
chaotic
Former.
guy.
I think he was a former.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know, but the
Yeah.
guy is called Sonko. Guys, every 20 minutes, this guy was getting a bottle. 2 bottles. Like every 20 minutes, 2 bottles. 20 minutes, 2 bottles. Between like 11 to like, I don't know, like 2 or 3. Just to show guys that, my G, all these people in this club, they belong to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
If you think
ball
Ugandans
differently.
can ball,
Kenyans ball
ball
differently.
differently.
They ball
And
differently.
Kenyans, the bowling starts from the parking yard. Now, let me tell you, in Kenya, you're either rich
Oh, you're poor.
or you're broke. You can't say I'm in between, like here in Uganda, you live in Chanja, you know you're like, Kenya, you're either rich or you're broke. And this shows up the moment you enter the parking lot. You get,
What car you're driving?
my G, what car is in front of you? Because if you have a nice car, you just park like literally at the entrance of the club. But the problem is there, everyone has a nice car. Everyone, like the G-Wagons, there's every Benz you've ever seen, there's every Audi you've ever seen. They are really nice cars. So the moment you enter the parking lot, you're humbled. You're like, okay. So we go up to the, I think it is like level 5 or something. We step out. The one thing I saw about, okay, it's not like I recognize it now, but for them, big bums is not a thing.
Yeah.
No, big bums is not
I
a
feel
thing.
for them.
No more.
It's slim thick.
But
Like,
I think Kenyans
feel
like
for them.
slim.
Yeah.
no,
Slim
actually,
thick.
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
most of them are
Slim thick, yeah.
but
Slim
they
thick, yeah.
look
Slim thick.
really nice. Like
They're not into
they look,
nyash like
no,
us.
it's not
Yeah.
a thing. They look
Nyash is
really
our
nice
thing.
and they dress up. And the other thing I liked is, okay, I mean, apart from Gemini, but people party responsibly. Like
But
you
you-
will
you-
see
you-
them spending the money,
you went
but
to
they're
an
not going to
uptown
be
place.
an uptown place.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't want uptown place.
I'm a foreigner. How do you expect me to go to
No, because
downtown place.
to a downtown
Even
place
me, I
in a
don't fuck
country I
with
don't know?
downtown
I
places in
can't speak
countries I don't
Swahili.
know.
Yeah, because when you say Kenyans dress up in those uptown places, yes, but on
They
average,
dress up like
on
even
average,
the men.
Kenyans on average jeans, t-shirt, jumper. What's going to be called? Like that's it. They like Ugandans put a lot of effort in looking good. A lot of effort. I don't think Kenyans put as much effort in looking good. For them, they just want to go and have a good
Nah,
time.
but
Yes,
they do. They do. It's
not
just that
more than
that's-
Ugandans.
Yeah, but that stuff is labels because you see they understand brands. Like a guy will have an original LV or like a full tracksuit. This thing is like $1,000 or an Adidas tracksuit. Here in UG, you find it on a nigga, you know it's like 20K, 30K.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Eh? No, I'm not. Actually, I'm not even
Bastard.
criticizing us.
Bastard.
I'm just telling you how the scene
Of
was.
us scrap it off.
So we entered the bar.
How dare you throw us under
Right?
the bus like
How
that?
dare you?
20-30K, bro.
Now Ugandans dress up,
God.
bro.
How?
I've seen the
To
branches
our
there. Have you
Kenyan
seen the videos of the branches?
Our Kenyan audience,
We love you.
we love you, but
Moses.
let us not go below
Our
standards.
And then,
Flip, yes.
yo, so I met
Like-
some podcaster who asked me. First of all, they were impressed. They loved what we are doing. Thank you guys so much. And then they asked us to get a name for our viewers. So as I'm ending my work, I want to ask you guys, what do you think we should call the people who support us, who watch us, who love us?
Why don't we do this? I would suggest. Why don't we put it out there?
So
Right?
that the people suggest.
So they first suggest.
Auntie, I want your options. I don't know, I want your options.
scene,
The name has to
the
come from here,
unserious.
compile and put them there.
Me, I don't know. I would call them, just the unserious.
They are serious.
That's exactly what they have
Just the
said.
unserious. Yeah, the unserious.
Branding wise.
For you, what do you think?
Jokers.
It's going to bring some jokers,
Jokers.
The witnesses.
witnesses.
This
Those
motherfucker
are
has
Christian.
thought about
Those are
this shit.
That's Christian witnesses.
A witness is a witness to a crime. We're always doing
Yeah,
nothing
but-
serious and there are witnesses.
NSPs. Nothing serious. We'll see.
Actually wanted NSG, but NSG is like a real group.
Jeez, what?
Cool.
Nothing serious. What?
Group.
Gang.
Gang!
Gangos.
Nothing
serious. Gangos.
Actually, gangos.
We call them gangos.
Yeah, we can call them gangos. Yeah.
Anyway, let's
The
float around
gangos.
some ideas. Let's also ask the guys if you can tell us in the comments.
But that's nice. So
Yeah.
we have jokers, we have
I am a
gangos,
No.
The unserious.
we have gangos. Like, yo, man, our gangos
That's our
watching
gango.
us right here.
Yeah.
But can you imagine having a t-shirt with
I am a
gangos?
gango.
I'm a gango.
Gangos. Gangos.
I'm a joker.
Let's think on it.
Anyway,
But also
but
let's ask them to.
The funniest bit about this whole thing is we had a group of guys, yeah, and of course when we entered Ibiza, we had to, they are looking at Ugandans, very nice looking Ugandans. So a group of girls approached us, like this is the climax of the whole. So before I even start this last part of the story, let me ask you guys, when did it hit you that you're ugly?
Never.
Okay, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
I know you have.
Shit, it has
I just
actually
want
Yeah, it
you.
does. It does.
Actually, if you're watching, I want you to put yourself in that moment when it hit you that you are ugly, so that you
I don't
feel.
know if the word is ugly.
So that you feel.
It's a bit of a stretch. When it hits you that you're not all that.
Anyway, so I'm
Because
snapping.
ugly is.
Chill, I'm
It's a bit too
snapping. As I'm snapping, the guys, Kenyans are aggressive, like Kenyan men. So the table across us, guys are dancing, like the guys are having fun, the girls are having fun. And then there's this nice looking girl who had a reasonable nyash and she was
Reasonable,
shaking.
okay.
Yeah. So I'm just there, I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying. I'm like, okay, let me see what's happening. Let me see how Kenyans really enjoy. So the first guy goes, babe dances, gives him a rub. Second guy goes, babe dances, gives him a rub. Third guy goes. The babe stands and walks away.
She was tired.
And the guy is there like, do you know coming?
Really?
Like, I can't choose Mutuzi, you're my sister. So the babe is here. So this guy comes and you know how they come. Like, sis, then he's like,
The
babe just stood up. She was tired. Bro, at that point in time, that tweet made sense. When did it hit you that you are ugly? For that guy.
Bro, that's not even
my
being
goodness.
ugly. That's
And the worst bit is
That's
she
worse
just
than being
changed and
ugly.
like, went like in a different direction, and another
somebody
guy came
Jama
and they started
and she
dabbing.
started. You see, she
No,
wasn't
look.
tired.
She was tired of that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So guys, if and by the way, I feel like every guy should go through that moment because it humbles you.
Why though?
Like this guy sat, like he stopped whatever shit he was doing. He was trying to sit in the chairs with the shoes in the what in the chair, but he sat down, calmed down, didn't stand up the whole night until they left.
Look,
Let me tell you, I moonwalk majestically
away.
to the exit.
No, I think that's a bit extreme.
Let me tell you, it's compared. Someone tell
But
me
it has
that,
never
but
happened to you.
Someone
So
said
it has, obviously.
what
To
did
every
you-
man, right?
Man, me,
But
eh?
even the finest, wealthiest man, there's a woman who will say no to him. So that's
Yeah.
that's,
no,
that's
they're
not
saying
really,
no
yes,
to you,
yes.
but you know, in a bit of
time.
unorganized.
Listen,
No, but
way.
I like how he handled it because
But
another
in
guy
public
would
way?
try to be
Yeah,
stupid
yeah.
over. This guy sat down,
Yeah.
enjoyed his drink until the end
And
of
that's
the
okay.
night.
And that's okay.
But that's
Everybody
very
needs
respectful.
everybody
I think-
needs character development every once in a while.
Oh wow, bro! Wow,
You
bro.
get your character development from
Yeah.
the bar.
Like you know, sometimes you go to the bar, you find this guy who has this thick wallet and what, and he's buying all these drinks, and he gets this assumption that he can have whatever he wants, right?
Yeah.
He needs somebody to humble him, and it can't be you guys because there's nothing you're going to tell him or do to him. He needs a babe who he has an eye on, right?
Michelle
It's a
in there.
fine babe, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll take this babe. I'm going to throw money. I'm going to throw money. That babe, she can even be like an average babe, right?
Take that back
Yes.
before it
No,
gets
no.
cancelled.
She can even be average.
What
Or
is an
slightly below
average
average. Because then that actually drives the point home proper.
I'm trying to.
yeah,
I'm trying to imagine.
Like that,
You know
you
what?
will
Humble
get it.
yourself. Humble yourself. So,
An,
yes, you know.
an
Yeah,
average
you
babe
get
humbling you also.
It's also okay.
It's a challenge, bro. It's a challenge.
Me, I have no problem. Babes need to humble
An
guys more.
average babe
Yes.
humbling you.
Yes. So but first of all, if
Anyone,
she's
by the
average,
anyone can humble you.
yeah. And if she's
Anyone
average,
can
for you,
humble
why are you
you.
approaching her?
Hey.
Among us-
That means you're below average. Yes. Why you approaching?
Yes. Yes.
If you hit me, yes, your punishment is flying economy. Why are you kneeling down?
Guys will always say the baby is average or she's below average after she
After
has
she has said
no.
no.
Before she says no, it's like, by the way, no, Peter, no, this is okay. I
TOKOLA
can.
error.
But if you reach there, TOKOLA error.
It's like the funniest meeting.
Oh my goodness.
I get so much satisfaction from just
A man getting rejected.
yeah. Like, yeah. it
Now
makes
this
me
is
happy.
also some other shit.
That means Mutuzo is automatically hate watching every man.
Every
who has.
man.
I think, yeah.
Literally.
So you
Even us.
reject, like there's some days you wake up and you're like, today I'm in reject man mode.
Not some days.
All
Every
days.
day.
Do you ever like now when we're hanging in the bar, right? And you know, Derek says, I want to approach that babe. And he goes and approaches and she says no. Do you feel sorry for him?
Absolutely not.
Even Derek, you
goodness.
boy.
Me?
Are you kidding?
I thought we are gangos.
Turns out.
Yo, put it down. Put it. I tell you. That word is catchy.
Oh my god.
That word is catchy. Gangos.
And let me
Michelle,
tell
you
you,
wouldn't feel bad
it
for me?
actually makes it worse if we are in the bar. Goodness. Like, I need you to be rejected.
You know how they say when
I
you're
risk
trying to hit
taking
on a
her.
chick and you have another chick next to you who's literally on your side, there are higher chances this chick is going to say yes.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
You
No,
guys
it's
have been through it.
it's
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, here in my head, I was fucking sitting my ass down thinking, you know, if that scenario happened and I was with Michelle, Michelle would be like the best wingman for me.
That,
Yeah.
ideally,
She done literally throw me
You're on
under
your
the
own,
bus.
man. You're on
Like
your
I'm
own.
on
That's the thing. I'm not kidding. Now, for example, my brothers know. I will never hook you up.
That's okay. That's
Ever.
fine.
And it's not for like any other reason. Yeah. Like when
Me,
we're in
you've ever
the bar,
connected me.
to who? And
No,
see how it ended.
keep those secrets away from
I
the
think I
pod.
should just
Please.
like
No, but also,
But
Away
let me
from
tell
the
you,
pod.
Like now, my friends even know, like when we go out, please, we can only accept Faisal, B-Wall, Dasha, the ones that we know. Boy, you were walking to the bathroom and you came back with a man. Please.
Muji Uli Dagundi. But what do they call them? The cock blockers of the squad.
Like, why would you cock block your friend?
Such a cock blocker. Like, you go to their table.
But you guys.
Even the way you're mentioning it, say the word cock again.
Bernard, Bernard, as I invite you to talk about your week,
You get.
Oh, so we're still talking about the week's offer.
But Bernard is also going to bring in the apostle, the apostle story.
Oh man, that
I
apostle
saw you talking about that.
It's interesting.
But as you give us a brief about your week, you just take us right in.
My week was okay. It's not ended very well. I have a bit of a cold. You may or may not notice I have a bit of a cold. And when I have a cold, my voice becomes very froggy, very croaky. So it's, But apart from that, I got there's merchandise I had ordered for. I've received it, some nice Barcelona merchandise. I also received some Celtics merchandise and some new Happy Socks again.
Man, but these are
We are
fire.
used to it.
These
So,
are fire.
yeah.
No, these are nice.
18 pairs.
Yeah.
This is the 18th episode.
Yeah,
and
so-
Google hasn't put on
Yeah. Apart from that, I was very happy and excited when you were telling us about what's happening in Nairobi. I want this podcast to become big, like to become massive, and So I'm looking forward to that quite a lot. This last week has been very tumultuous online. There's a lot of stuff that has been said. That people who have been talking about Phaneroo. In a good light and in a bad light. The background to the story is Apostle, they call him Apostle, Grace, told his congregation that he's planning to build, or they are planning to build, an establishment worth $55 million, which is ridiculous, man.
How much is
right?
that in Egypt?
Yeah.
See, how much is that in Egypt?
That's a lot of money. $55 million. It's ridiculous, right? It might be more than that. Because $1 million.
$50 million is around 180, 175.
Yeah. So basically he has this big dream for the church, which is not really a bad thing. But guys now start gearing with opinions, with all these things.
Big dream.
It's a big dream, yes.
Yeah, in a big dream, there's a
So-
superstar.
So now information starts coming out, right? The first piece of information that comes out is the ownership of Phaneroo, the establishment. And people dig into documents from
URSB.
that reveal that the apostle and his wife and some other Kenyan guy have shares in the establishment, and they have outstanding loans, I think with some bank or something. So people start now digging into this information, and it becomes a wild thing.
Yeah.
So there's this pro Phaneroo guys who are like, it's our money, we want to spend it on the church. Watch
Yeah.
five, and there's other group that is saying, guys, can't you see you're being brainwashed? Can't you? This is a lot of money. If that money was put to good use, don't you think we'll do something better? And the other guys are saying, but you guys will go to the bar. Nga us, we don't complain. Nga you spend all that money in the bar, us, we don't.
And we
So
don't complain.
so there's all this back and forth going on, and I love it. I quite love it. The thing though for me, as a non-religious person, I've said this before on this pod, and I'll say it again, that I worry for people who are very religious, who are zealots. That sometimes when you're in love with your religion or your God or your pastor or your church or whatever, there's a certain part of your mind that you shut. Yeah? The part that is supposed to give you that cognitive
reasoning part.
the ability to decipher what is right and what is wrong. You close it off. And sometimes it's out of no fault of your own. Because, the Bible, the Quran, whatever, they require you to have faith.
Yeah.
Right? They require you to have faith. The Bible says faith is belief in things unseen, things untouched, right? That's what faith is. And for me, on this end, on the outside, I'm like, open your eyes. When a guy tells you we're building an establishment of $55 million, first of all, where is that money coming from? Let's assume it's coming from the congregation. Who amongst you has ever had a substantial amount of money in your life, right? And apart from that, if you looked at the number of churches that are sprouting up around Uganda here, around Kampala, there are just too many. And the people who walk into those churches with problems and walk out of those churches with even more problems are just too many. I want a pastor one day to say, because as we have come to change this country, we have come to do good things for people. Let's go and camp at Mulago. Heal those motherfuckers. Why do we have very many
Why
people?
do we have hospitals filled?
Let's go to Kampala Road. Unemployed people, come. You get a job, you get money. Give people things. Go to some slum, right? Camp there for a week. Say you guys who don't have things, let's like for me that's what I
Like
think
change
religion should
life
be.
physically.
Yes.
But I think church.
For me, that's what I
churches
think
have
church
their
should do.
programs.
I want to
Yeah.
correct you a little bit. First of all, I think church already does that.
Yeah, I think they do that.
Do they?
Yeah.
Go on.
Now, I don't pray at Fanero, but
But I know Watoto does that.
I
They have-
know for a fact Fanero does charity. I mean, it might not be at the scale that people would expect it to be, but I know they go to prisons, they go to hospitals. I mean, they want to go there to heal you guys and you start walking. But they will, I know they have charity things that's like Cancer Institute, because they fundraise for these things.
That is true.
So I know they do that,
that.
charity, right? Just that I think for me, I keep telling people I am a supporter of choice. As long as that choice is not going to harm me, harm him, harm your neighbor, right? I am a supporter of choice, especially if it is choice that you're not now like people might like compare it to us telling that guy instead of building a church, build a hospital. I feel like for that one, given how we know he could have made his money, we have like a little bit of a say on how he can throw out the money. But for people that wake up, go to work, look for
Money.
their money.
They have a right to use it whichever way.
They have a right to spend that money whichever way they feel like. Just like I also have a right to spend my money whichever way I feel like. Okay, so if as unrealistic as it might seem that someone wants to build a $55 million church, you can't like bash them for 3 days because their sheep decided to contribute that money. Because I will tell you one thing, Ugandans have a heart of giving. As broke as we might be and as rich as some people might be, we have a generous
We're
heart
generous,
as Ugandans.
That's for sure. We
They
are.
will build that
generous.
church.
We are generous.
Because I remember
especially
during
the ladies.
March to Parliament,
Absolutely.
people were sending me 1,000 shillings. One, as in, how much do you need to send 1,000 shillings? Like 100 shillings, right? That means someone had like 2K on their phone and they said, let me contribute 1,000 shillings.
So we
to
are
the
generous
March
people.
to-
That's true.
We are generous people. That man will get that money and even more probably. Like it may take
I don't
him-
agree.
And
I think you will.
I think
You
this
get-
is the
think you
point
will.
where
people. Let me tell you, I don't know people at Fanera that are not learned.
Yeah.
I really do
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see people like my
They have
statuses,
brains.
Those are
They
not
have brains.
stupid
but
people.
like Biwal said, once you enter that kind of
Rhetoric.
atmosphere,
Yeah,
there is
but
a part of your brain that just
you can't
stays frozen
you can't
for some
judge
reason.
them as someone who didn't go to school.
And of course you can't.
They know what they're doing.
Do you remember the time when Kabuleta kissed Mbonye's feet, his shoes, right? In your opinion, do you think that was a decent thing to do or
For
a smart
me,
thing to do?
It was stupid.
Why would you think? He's an educated guy, very educated.
Yeah.
Why do you
Get
think
my
drove him to do
argument.
that?
Get my argument,
You entered
Biwal.
that. Like you entered his category.
No, go on.
No.
Let me hear you.
I wanted to understand my point.
Because a brilliant guy.
Very brilliant. That's my point. That these people know exactly
What they are doing.
what they are doing. Like it's not that
Do
Kabuleta
they
just
though?
woke up. You think Kabuleta just woke up, that he's drunk and
No.
kissed someone's feet? He thought about it. He probably looked forward to it. You get my point.
Guys, we can
Anyway,
agree to
yeah,
disagree
yeah,
that
yeah.
there is a part of the brain that
Yeah.
completely switches off.
Yeah.
There's
And
this
that-
there's
you
this
are
famous
abusing them
bishop
on social
guy.
I'm not
media
ab-
for
I think he
2
was a
days.
bishop.
Okay, what has
I've
been
forgotten
happening?
his
It
name.
won't change. If anything,
No,
we will
it's
go
actually-
back and forth for the next one
The
week.
point
Yeah.
is not to abuse them,
Yeah.
but even religious leaders have come out and called him out. There's a retired bishop that came out and
Yeah.
said something about it. He's like, no, this is outrageous. Like, we are all men of the book.
Yeah.
Like, and the preach. Anyway, I'm not a Christian,
You should also go big.
but in
dream
Islam,
big or whatever.
those are things we don't do. Like, you
And
cannot
for-
wake up and tell people we're going to build a mosque of $55 million. People will be like, how? We
There
have
must
people who are
be a
dying at
leg-
Chibuli
there must
Mosque.
be-
You get what I'm saying? So us in our religion, that's not how it works. Like, even if you're constructing a mosque, it's not supposed, like, unless you actually have money. Yeah. Actually, this is the thing. You see, hijab. Hijab is like one of the 5 pillars, like the most important things you're supposed to do in Islam, but they tell you, my brother, don't even dare think about going for hijrah. If the people at home, you're going to leave them hungry.
Now that
Because it costs
that is what I
30
want
million
religion
shillings
to do.
to do
That
to
is
make
what I
that
want
trip.
religion to do.
But in our religion, they're like, yo, if at any one point in time the people at home are going to go even a day without money, yet you're out there in hijaring,
Guys,
stay.
Thank you very
You
much.
get what I'm saying?
Thank you. That,
there are those
that
caps
summarizes my point.
where you can't just get money and because at
Guys,
the end of that, yeah.
You cannot hate the player. It's the
It's
game.
okay. It's okay.
You just have to
It's
hate
okay.
the game.
It's okay.
Because
Yeah.
we have seen, religious leaders not only get themselves involved in, creepy ideas, but, try to take advantage of the sheep. And, that is what
Mind
baffles
control.
me,
Mind
Today you
control.
have some guy selling rice. The other day you have some guy selling pens.
that's
The
what
other day you have
I'm
some
telling
guy selling handkerchiefs. The other day you have some guy selling fucking soda. Like, this is fucking
But this
soda.
is blessed. It's
And then,
50,000
yeah,
shillings.
50,000.
Do you think Ugandans? I don't think Ugandans are stupid.
Yeah,
So-
but we cannot
so
just
even-
let them fall in the
Yes,
ditch.
even if this
the
guy-
purpose of
Even
land
if this guy has
is so that
bets,
you
he has
help
decided to
other
do what the
people.
game is doing. He's
Yeah.
like, guys, even me also give
Let me tell
me.
you, did you see that? Wait,
It's
wait,
absurd.
wait. Did you see how, do you know how these churches come up over? There's a video sometime back, the guy was, let me not even talk about it because people might think I'm comparing that scenario to their guy, yeah? But what I'm trying to say is, if you see your friend actually doing something you doubt, yeah? Like even me as a Muslim, yeah? If you guys ever see me out there going around setting bombs, call
We
me,
will
sit
talk
me
to
down
him.
and
We
tell
will
me,
say,
"But
"Man, dude,
Faizo,
this is wrong."
This is wrong.
You know,
this
think
is
about-
not how
yes.
your
I don't
religion
even
is.
more get it. Do you think,
get it.
because let me tell you, you see that Fanary thing, the owners, shareholders, it's not new. It's not
Yeah,
new.
but
People
the-
have talked about it for so long, and every time
And
you
for
talk
me, I have-
about it, they are in the gap. Then you leave us alone.
Yeah, and for me, listen,
person
in
you
summary,
will love
Guys,
Yeah.
let's conclude this
Yeah.
conversation by asking you a simple question. Do you guys think at some particular point these people, the religious leaders we're talking about, feel the remorse once they go back in their homes and they are seated? They're like,
How?
"Eh,
In a-
remember Islam,
first of
my
all,
God,
they opened for you a door.
They lost soda.
You went back home in a
Tambula."
Range
You
Rover.
think they do? They don't? Like they just move on like everything is okay?
let me tell you,
Shit.
there are different kinds of people in this world. I need this pillow. I need it. I need this pillow,
You're welcome.
right? The one thing that psychology will teach you
Yeah.
is that people think differently. There are people who actually get pleasure from other people's pain. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sadness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Narcissists.
Yes. There are people
sadists.
who get pleasure from other people's pain. And you can't understand how it works, but they do.
It's like how
Similarly.
Arsenal loses.
Yes, similarly.
Man, you fans.
Oh shit.
That's our best day.
Pleasure.
Like I can actually get
Similarly.
married on that
just
day.
checked in.
Similarly, there are people who feel no remorse. Like when they do something wrong, they'll never feel sorry. Like if he steals your money,
Yeah.
he will never feel. So there are pastors, preachers, whatever, who go on the pulpit and they ask for money and they see the flock is poor, right? And this flock gives them money and they feel zero remorse. They will drive an expensive Benz when they see the flock, somebody is crawling to come to work. They don't care. So there are human beings like that. I'm not saying every pastor is like that. There are those who actually have empathy and sympathy. That is true. But there are individuals who don't feel any remorse.
Okay.
They're there.
As we move on from that,
So-
because
Yeah.
that's a discussion you can't end.
It can never end.
Aine,
Yeah.
have you ever been cancelled before?
Cancelled like
Like you were a radio host. I'm sure at some point in time you said something that didn't align very properly with someone out there who was listening. Have you ever been cancelled before? Like have you ever woken up to? I know Mutuzo has even
Mutuzo
today.
has.
Every
but
2 days.
But have you ever
Every
been
2
cancelled
days.
before?
cancelled.
You've never?
Yeah, I think I've been
Yeah, good
lucky
person.
and blessed enough to keep on the good lane.
Why
You
am
need to test call the other side.
so why I'm,
Because-
You're there for me, so
why I'm talking
I have a
about
true
this
reflection.
is because there's a South African piano musician called Scott Maphuma. Yeah?
Oh,
he has a couple of
Maphuma.
banging songs right now.
He has
yeah?
had jams. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he was on a podcast. I think I'll give the team this video, and this is what he said. They were asking him about. He has this thing where he doesn't like taking pictures with fans. So this was literally almost one of the first pods he was being hosted on. So they asked him about it, like why, yeah. So just come in and just watch.
Picture with you. I don't have time for a picture because if I take one picture with you, I have to take a picture with that guy, with that lady, with that what. Then my time, and then Kausani, who's not professional. Scott to fit late, kodi kicking. Late is it's mang kwe. Na kodi nonya video. So people, I don't care. Like
Wait,
if
it's not
akinyaki,
done.
just snap akinyaki.
Like, I don't want to take a picture with anyone.
I don't feel like it. I don't
And you know they don't understand. They don't understand that. If you tell,
hauna motho o nkirileng gore ke
No one
fitlhe mo
made
ke leng
me
teng fa
reaching the point I'm today.
and hauna motho o tong
And no one can remove me from the point I am in today.
so
So
I
have you
don't think I
noticed
owe
something?
it to them. I don't owe it to I don't think any celebrity owes anyone.
but now they feel entitled.
That's the problem. It's their problem. Like if it's not my problem, it's not my problem. Mo ke qualifating grotmanyaka. If nak vaga mdimo.
So he's sure. So that's what he said.
Yeah.
And South Africans were like, what? So he trended for like 2 days, and then he's sure this is what they did to him. So everywhere he has been going, because he said he doesn't owe it to any South African, they just stand. They don't do anything. Like they literally they don't jump.
No movement, no
Yeah.
dancing.
And remember, he has the top banging
Yeah,
5 songs in the country.
Let me tell you, bro.
You guys are not moving.
I'll be the guy moving. Me, I'll move.
So
be the
two
snitch.
of
I'll
his
be
concerts
the-
were like this. The rest have all been cancelled. He came out and did, I'll call it a fake apology because he was smoking weed. He really didn't put his heart in it. Yeah. And I feel like, why is it that Ugandans can't do
cancel
this shit?
But wait, before we even go to counseling, can I just say that, how do I say this delicately, that I sort of understand where he was coming from.
So here's the thing.
Listen,
don't
guys,
No, no,
I
don't
seem to
sort of
subscribe to the
understand.
same school of thought like B-Wall. Let's give him a minute.
No,
Continue.
I just want to say, me, I don't sort of.
You fully.
I fully.
You fully
I understand
subscribe
where
to
he
the
was
same school
coming
of
from.
thought.
His delivery was horrible.
Yes.
However, there's one thing people don't understand, that sometimes superstars, and many times superstars and celebrities, there are things they battle with personally. Some of them are not they don't love crowds. Right? We may not believe it. When you see Winnie Nwaji on stage, you automatically assume she loves crowds.
Yeah.
But she's a private person, right? She's actually shy, right? So when you approach her, you have this perception. Work with me.
Let me give you
When
my
you-
time.
Let him.
Not yet, TOKOLA ERROR.
Yeah. So,
Oh shit! And you
So-
know, just hit me just
so-
a
so
couple
when
of
you- when
hours
you-
ago that you are wearing a
you
fire
calm
baby
down.
t-shirt
You calm
on
down.
episode
How do you see
17.
this later? Fuck this shit. So people have this assumption that celebrities should be accessible all the time and everywhere,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And by virtue of somebody being a celebrity, somehow they should be accessible. But they're also human beings like you. They battle with fear of crowds. They battle with all of these things, and sometimes they want to be left alone. But because as fans we feel entitlement, that's what we're saying. There's entitlement. I need to take a picture with you. I've paid for your concert, so I need to. How many people of those are you going to take pictures
Yeah.
with, right?
Okay.
And finally, for me, I don't understand. I understand where I was coming from. I don't appreciate the way he packaged his message. He could have been kinder, because the part where he said nobody brought me here and nobody can take me away. That's rubbish. He isn't there because of himself. He's there because of his fans, right? So that one I don't subscribe to. What I do understand from him is the fact that sometimes we need to cut celebrities slack. When you go to an event and you call a celebrity and he doesn't look your way, it doesn't mean he doesn't like you. It means he's also human like you. Maybe he's at a point where he doesn't want to. He has just been performing, and he feels like he needs to be left alone.
Yeah, he
and
needs
here you
to
are
breathe.
demanding. Celebrities like Dasha, when they go to events, like when this guy is at an event, for him he's a people person.
Can I speak now?
But there
Can
are
I
those who are
speak?
not.
Can I speak?
Please.
What you're saying is like a prostitute coming and saying, I'm a prostitute, but I don't like sex. I'm not going to be having sex.
That's different.
It's
That's mangoes and
because,
oranges, bro.
Listen, music is a business of entertainment. Like it or not.
Oh my goodness. Yes,
No.
it is, but
Music is a business of entertainment, and we all get entertained in different ways.
Yeah.
Me as Faizo, I'll get entertained knowing the entire Kendrick Lamar song from beginning to end.
Okay.
Yeah. A Ya Levis fan will get entertained by going on stage and dancing with Ya Levis. Other fans will get entertained by simply just taking a selfie with you, because their music has made them get in touch with you to that point of, you know what? I literally just want a picture with you.
Okay.
Full stop.
Okay.
I'm not taking your soul. I don't want any money, because that's the least you can do, guys. You cannot be in the
it's not.
Wait, let him finish.
You cannot be in the business of entertainment and not be an entertainer. You get what I'm saying? And we can look at this from a point of who are the greatest entertainers in the world. The likes of Michael Jackson, you know. In Uganda, the likes of Chameleon. In Kenya, the likes of CMB Prezo, who also had to tone his shit down. Jua Kali. You see what I'm saying? All these guys could have come and said, you know what? I don't like people. But I'll give an example of Sia, who used to perform with her face covered because she was not yet in connection with what? With her.
You don't blame her.
Yes, but eventually she was like, you know what? I have gotten to learn that people seeing me is entertaining for them. Yes, it affects me, but I have now gotten to know because you're the people who are putting money in my pocket. Like without, you guys realize without people listening to your music, streaming your music, you would not even have that fame that is feeding you.
But Piper, when do we draw the line? Because at the end of the day, the same exact reason you've given out is the same reason as to why you have a lot of mental illness in this music industry.
Thank you.
Because these people, like you've mentioned, they are there to please you. Now, because you want a picture, she wants a picture, he wants a picture. Listen.
Put a
price tag to it. You see what Chris Brown did?
When do they have time for themselves?
Then make money out of it.
This is why you find the likes of Kanye West abusing, slapping journalists,
you know,
because you guys have not given him time to himself.
But Kanye takes
this guy is saying,
but Kanye takes selfies.
At his own pleasure, when he wants.
when he
He
wants.
comes from those and say, let's take a selfie, and he says yes.
But
Not
then
all the
have
time
you
I'll accept to take a
okay,
selfie.
all that is down, but have you ever... what I don't want us to do is discredit the words he said. He said, none of you owe me shit.
And there we are together. That was wrong of him. That's why I say,
like his packaging.
yes, we don't like that.
His packaging was wrong.
His packaging
But
was
this
wrong.
entitlement is where the problem is.
Yes.
But he's also as entitled as the fans is complaining about.
Let Mtuza.
To submit. I tell you something.
There's something that has been boiling first.
No. I just want to say this. Fans need to differentiate between online personalities, the video that you see online, the content that you see, and
the person,
real life,
the human being.
person. Like there's a difference, Faizo. Like you see the way I relate with you and how we talk here on the pod. I'll come here and I'll give you hugs. I don't like hugs from people that I actually can't hug someone I don't know. That I don't like shaking people's hands if I don't know you because I don't know where you've been. Like, over you get. Yeah. People need to draw a line that, online we might laugh, throw jokes here and there. But like in real life, there is a very distinct line between the two. Comfort, peace, like, I'm an entertainer. I have to like entertain you, but maybe my entertainment is on stage where there's a difference, there's a distance that I can, make you guys jump, dance or whatever, my piano, but like there's a distance. There's people that have crowd anxiety. Yeah. Me, I once cried at a concert. What's the guy's name? The first concert we had after COVID.
That was the guy who fought with Baby. No.
He was a Nigerian guy. I was with Wava and I cried because people were like touching me, pushing, and I don't like it. You get? So you can't be mad, like extremely mad because someone said I'm actually uncomfortable with taking pictures. I get it. How he said it.
That was very.
Absolutely.
I like the word you used, packaged. The way he packaged.
Let me hope when guys are out there and you find gangos. And you find gangos and gangos are asking for selfies. You know how they're telling them to go kiss their asses.
No.
Because I don't want anyone
to the gango and the gango. The moment you say you're a gango.
Guys, we in the you see even this sport. Are you seeing these goddamn pants? I hate this shit. Yeah.
But because
it's hot. Yeah. But because I want to come today and match.
Look good for them.
And look good for you guys, the gangos.
And then you do look good though. You do look good.
The jokers, the gang. Like gangos.
Gangos is good, yeah.
With the gangos, you get. I will do it. I'm not going to. I will never come here looking ashy. Yeah. But when you find me out there, I'm ashy. You get. I even take note of the socks I'm coming with because some socks are compromised.
Listen.
So there's no way I want to be like, you know what? Fuck nothing serious.
No.
Fuck the gang goes.
But on a
let me come and do whatever I want.
Faizo is stuck on the packaging after us telling him we are not okay with how he said it.
All right.
But
And
the
also,
content
yeah,
and also-
was like
I get it.
the
I get it.
idea of guys. I
And-
need some space. Like,
Yeah.
First of all, I want to say something. And like this is not me saying it's happening in SA if that's where he was. You go somewhere and like the person is sweaty, smelling funny, and they want to be in your face.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is.
it's fun love, you guys. That is
They
fun
are
love.
average. They are just there.
You find that guy.
Nothing
you
serious
find
about
that is
them.
the guy who actually has bought your real CD
No, it's
album.
true. It's true. Faizo,
You
listen,
understand?
Oh, we
listen.
appreciate
I
the
feel
love.
like musicians
And
today.
also this love, by
Okay,
the
this
way,
is my
this
closing-
love is not
this is my closing
conditional.
line.
This love is because what Piper is saying, I subscribe.
Yeah.
What Piper is saying makes me happy. It gives me, a certain kind of feeling.
okay,
So
this is what
Piper
I'm
doesn't
saying.
owe you anything, but
This is what I'm saying, yeah? In the beginning, this nigga was taking selfies with niggas.
Yeah, he's
Before he
grown.
made
Started
it.
from
he
about
was-
a mile
Exactly,
ahead.
that's what I'm saying. Now, that's what people were like, but Scots, when you are up and coming here, you were friendly to all
Because
of
he
us.
was up and coming.
But now,
up and coming.
that you are goddamn nigga.
Faizo, I need you to understand two things. First of all, there's a reason why these celebrities have security.
I thought you were going to tell me, first of all, this is why Ugandans don't cancel people. Is this why?
There's a reason why they have security. The security is not there because they think somebody will come and stab them or somebody will shoot them. No. It's so that they can give them a bit of space between them and the fans. That's necessary. But then secondly, and perhaps most importantly, there's something that he mentioned, that Dasha mentioned, that you see, these people, they struggle with certain things and we don't see them. I don't know, you guys might know Robin Williams, yeah? He died. He was one of the funniest people ever. But in his death, he mentioned that I made everybody happy except myself. Right?
And that's
how
a really
sad that is.
sad.
Yeah, this is one of the greatest entertainers ever. Like he had humor that nobody could match up to. But when he died, like even Chester Bennington was the lead vocalist of Linkin Park. He died and he committed suicide. But one of the reasons why he left, he felt like the world does not understand me. This is a superstar. And it's like, I feel like everybody around me expects me to be something, but I am not that thing, And so I never have time to just kind of be me.
Be me. Yeah.
And I can understand when fans have this entitlement, this desire to want to associate with the fan, rather with the superstar and all this shit. But we must never forget that they are human beings. There are people like us. They suffer with anxiety. They suffer with mental disorders. They suffer with depression. They're just like us. So there are moments when you meet Navio somewhere, and you're like, hey, Navio, Churchill War. And he's like, man, he has just been saying Churchill War to like 55 other people, right? 56. And he's fucking tired.
The Churchill is no longer even complete.
Hey.
Just a chichi.
And he asked Chichi. And you're like, man, fuck this guy. I've bought your CD. I've paid for your call. Fuck you. You get pissed. And it's okay, you can get pissed. But the guy has been through shit.
And now it's on change.
Because he's tired. So that's what we needed you to understand.
And that's why you should take us into the Observer headline. I'll just put it up here. So,
but it's a very important,
So the Observer headline claimed that 1 in every 4 Ugandans is fighting mental illness. So among young people, depression affects almost 1 in 4, while anxiety disorders, including panic attacks and social phobia, affect about 1 in 7. PTSD, a condition that can follow experiences such as violence, Bernard, when they were beating you and your child, or abuse. Aine, that is up to you. I think you can see we are 4 Ugandans here.
And like you've already
We are all in there. We are all in that.
The ball has fallen that side.
It's because you started this side,
Right.
bro.
Violence
You should
or
have started
abuse
on your
is
immediate
increasingly common, especially among survivors of conflict and displacement.
Yeah.
So I think this is the second paper that has come out to say 1 in such and such a number of Ugandans is suffering from mental illness. But if this is a fact, why are we building churches instead of mental institutions?
That's a good question.
That's a good one.
I will first,
I'll
before
give you
you,
that.
just on the headline, it says
One in 4 Ugandans fighting mental
fighting
illness. Yeah.
I will tell you
And
that.
this is the second time 2 big papers have now confirmed.
For me, in my opinion, 1 in 4 Ugandans is fighting mental illness. The other 3 gave up.
Oh wow.
Yes, they gave up. There's only one who's like
The deal we had
hope.
before the pod was to be
There's one
serious.
who's just holding.
The other 3.
The deal we had before the
It's
pod
true.
was to take this topic very
No,
serious.
it's true.
He's the one who initiated
But it's true.
that.
It's
He's
true.
like, guys,
You realize there are 3 people in front of us.
I promise. Do you know how many Ugandans they don't care? You guys are joking.
This guy said when we're addressing this topic,
We're going to be
But it's
serious.
going
to be
serious.
serious.
But I am
Sensitive
serious. I am
topic.
serious.
You
They gave
think-
up because the number of people you bump into and you tell them, hey, by the way, have you ever thought about therapy? Like, what? Are you mad? Me, I hustle. Then you ask him, they're like, what? They're like, what is therapy? I don't even have money for therapy.
Yeah, is it?
Let me go and buy beer instead. They gave up.
bakera kuba chikalu
They
kuyingira site.
fucking gave up.
Bruh.
That's
One time at home, Essex
Oh,
back,
boy.
I remember. I think my girlfriend then had dumped me. Very rich girl. I don't even know if she watches this podcast, but she had dumped
Papa
me.
has stopped breakfast the most.
So much.
And guys,
he has enjoyed life. He has enjoyed
it
life.
was depressing. Like, they dumped me in Buziga.
Uh-huh.
Like, I went to see her. Guys, keep in mind, I was in Nansana. Yeah, Nansana. So I got a taku from Nansana, went to town. Then I got another taku and went to Buziga.
Would you have a long distance
Yeah.
relationship?
Long distance relationship.
And I went to Buziga. That's why I told you guys I should have been there
Cross
during
border,
that topic. So I got to Buziga, and man, you know how Buziga is. Back then, the borders were not as many as they are now. So at some point in time, you have to walk to where you're going. So I go to Buziga, they drop me on the road. I walk, I go to the babe's crib, they dump me. Guys,
What did you do, bro?
You head back
I was
home.
just simply not enough. I can't blame the girl. I'm not that type of person. You rejected, then you blame
It's
the
the
woman.
way
No,
he says.
I was
my
just
God.
not
They
enough for her.
dumped me.
Yeah, I was just not
It's
enough.
like
But guys,
he just walked into
that
a
is not the
fiction
issue.
notice.
The issue is, I walked from Buziga, until Kabalagala. Like I put myself in that mood of I am
Buziga.
done. I'm
Buziga is
depressed.
far.
Let me do what? Let me walk to town.
Buziga.
Yeah. Left Buziga.
Kans.
Buziga comes to Bunga, that Bunga road.
Yes.
Went
that
to
entire
Bunga.
lane.
Guys,
Oh my
by
goodness.
the time I reached Kabalagala, my depression band was expired.
Yeah. You're like, let
I
me grab a
understood
taxi.
that I am a black man. I got on a taxi, went home. Now, the drama was at home because these guys are saying, oh, what's up? Where are you? Omwana? Like I had a lot of dust. I was visibly depressed.
Yes.
My auntie, muheki yangu agenda akute
Anabe.
gate. Like give him a sponge to go and scrub the gate so that
the
he
fuck?
becomes active. And I did. So in this country, these things of depression, not that I was depressed, yes, but there are people who
could
are
have been.
actually really
There's very many.
depressed.
Very many.
Yeah.
Very
And
many.
we take it for granted.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is a moment where we really need to approach people with
Yeah,
some
and-
bit of
Yeah.
generosity.
But even apart from that,
Like Mutuzo, you're hate
For
watching
those-
every man in Uganda.
for those who
Fuck off, man. Don't
have
even
some
try
faith.
to
By the way,
fix these
Mutuzo,
things
Some of them are
because
even gangos.
Mutuzo, do you know out of the 4 of us, you are the most mentally unstable?
I know.
but
And you
also
will not use this against me.
yeah, it is you
are
own
proud.
it.
Because, yeah, let me tell you, I talk about my
Issues.
mental.
But you guys, if you see the picture
I
they
talk
used
about-
to describe mental
I
illness.
talk about mental health.
Like a
issues.
spirit is
Not
leaving his
openly,
body or
right?
some
Exactly.
shit.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
The face of mental health in this country is not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
People think
Mental health,
when
like
you're
you have to-
mentally
You
ill,
have to be
they have to take you to
addressed.
Butabika.
And yeah,
When I
that's
saw
not
that
it.
headline, I was impressed, but when I saw that picture, I got very
Let me tell-
disappointed.
Yeah.
Because that is not,
As if
that shouldn't be
levitating.
the picture that depicts mental illness in this
Because let me
country.
tell you.
People are out there happy, smiling, but
But they are
mentally
deep inside,
ill,
yeah.
suffering.
And just for those who don't know, this is May, right? May is actually Mental Health Awareness Month, right? And there's very many organizations that are into mental health and whatnot. They're doing a lot of work now. One of the things that they are trying to tell people is mental health is health.
Yeah.
Like it's part of your well-being.
Yeah.
And then secondly, if you have an issue with your mental health, it doesn't mean you're crazy or you're mad. It just means you're just unwell. The same way you can have a flu, then it's fixing. You have a headache, then or you have like it's a very okay thing. And by virtue of being a Ugandan, there's a lot of shit you bump into when you watch news here in Uganda. Your mind is going to get fucked because there's a lot of horrible shit happening, right? Yeah. If you watch a video of somebody who has been in prison and then they bring him out and you see all these wounds, your mind cannot be like you're unstable. When you see what's happening online, there are fights happening. There's all these relationships. Like there's a lot of so your mind is not at 100%. So everybody has a mental issue. Everyone. Our challenge is we have this assumption that mental health issues have got to be extreme.
That you have to be running
that
mad, you have to be
go
doing
for
some
therapy.
crazy shit.
And therapy, in my opinion, therapy is not just about sitting in front of an expert and telling them your issues and them diagnosing you. Therapy can be about you find your happy place. Maybe your happy place is going into the wild. Maybe your happy place is sitting by a river. Maybe your happy place is listening to certain music.
Going to
maybe your happy
club.
place, yes. Maybe your happy place is
strip clubs.
Hey, I don't know if that's a happy place, but find your happy place.
Could be.
Find your happy. That's a very wild happy place. But find your happy place.
But then also at the end of the day, in
So
reference
all of
to creating awareness, guys, it could also come in just sitting down with a friend or a colleague and just opening up.
Absolutely.
Just share.
Absolutely.
Just understand who you're sharing to.
Yes.
Let them know how you feel about a particular situation. And who knows? That could be the beginning of the solution.
Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk. When you have problems that are haunting you, that are squeezing you, find somebody, share with them. And they may not give you solutions, but just them listening to you. A problem shared is a problem half solved.
But I just want to say though, where Bill says find a happy place, I just want to say find a safe
happy place.
Yeah. A safe happy place, because your happy place might be being in the bar 7 days a week. That's not a safe happy place. Like find something that will give you some bit of joy.
Oh, thank you. You reminded me about something, but finish.
That will give you some joy, some relief, some
genuine joy.
Genuine joy, as long as it's not putting you in harm's way.
Very key. Very important.
That's why I'm saying safe, happy place.
True.
Because I keep telling people, I have normalized talking about
your problems and your issues.
Because for me, it gives me some relief. Like when I'm talking about my things, when I go on social media and rant, I'm not looking for a solution. Like I know you all want to give me a solution from X. You understand me. But like I talk about it and like it takes something.
It's like therapy for you.
Exactly. Yeah. And yes, that's what I was talking about, I think yesterday. Like talk. If it gives you peace,
let it out.
Let it out. Like, some people will abuse you. Don't tell us your things. But then there's those that will resonate.
Embrace you. And
there's those that will send you a DM and be like, oh, hey, I saw you talk about this. I'm sorry. You get my point. And it will give you some peace. Because honestly, therapy is so expensive in this country.
Let me give you guys a statistic of why in the US they actually treat therapy as a very big thing. So I was reading a book, it's called Dopamine Nation. It's a book for addicts and all that, but also just happiness. So this is what the psychologist said. He said, if we put the happiness of a human being on a scale of 1 to 100, 50% is attributed to their genetics. Like there are some people who in their genes, they are just naturally happy. There are some people who are naturally sad. Yeah?
That is true.
40% of your happiness is attributed to inner happiness. Like it has to come from within you. It can't come because you're eating or because it comes from peace within you. Then 10% is the external happiness. 10% is let's go to a strip club, let me buy this, let me buy that. So she was trying to lay it down for people and saying, you might actually, she was talking about these people who love to travel, who say, I'm depressed, I need a change of life, let me travel, I come back fresh. And she's like, that's just going to contribute 10% of happiness to your scale. The importance of sitting down with a therapist is because in your head, you have things that will bother you that you don't know are bothering you. It's in your subconscious. So the reason why they actually tell you, visit a therapist, talk to someone, or talk to your priest is because until you fix that 40%
the
inner
rest
peace,
is,
it doesn't matter how many strip clubs you go to, it doesn't matter how many trips you take, you will not be happy.
Just that in Uganda, like
It's again,
therapy is so unaffordable.
Oh, no, guys. So, by the way,
strip clubs.
as I close this specific topic off, guys, if you're looking for a therapist, I have someone on speed dial.
Yeah.
They are not actually expensive. They're actually in your neighborhood around here. So if you feel like things are
Charging
tight,
and
reach out, DM, comment.
don't worry, it's below 80K.
Nange mpisewa kangi.
Aka therapy.
Guys, in case you're out there and you want someone to talk to, holla at your boy. I got you. No judging.
About beards.
I won't charge you for the first 1 hour.
Especially if you're female.
Drinks are on me. Feel free. Reach out to me. You know me, guys. I'm your person. I got you. I love you. You know?
Yeah.
Spread the love.
You're pushing it too far now.
As we enter, this is how they do it. Yeah, the Gen Zs. They just do one.
No, you tell me.
No, now
They're-
they are
okay, so
millennial.
there's
They do this.
This is what
Say
they
what?
do.
This
Guys,
is what they
they don't choose two fingers. They
But there's
just
also
use
this.
one finger.
No, as in,
Look at
there's
him.
also this.
Look at him.
Yeah. These are all love things, all of them.
No.
You're not equal.
Anyway, let's
You're not
move on. Our nothing serious topic of the day is
Mose, how
I've
many
changed
minutes?
it. We have 15. We have 15 left.
10.
So nothing serious
Okay,
topic
cool.
today is Ugandan drivers. The reason why I want us to talk about this is everyone in Uganda, as long as you have a car, let me tell you today, you're a shitty driver. To a call you.
Well, why?
First of all, you're impatient. You are mean on the roads. Yeah. You are abusive.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys a story. By the one time,
Very quick.
yeah.
So
Bernard, as you pull up that story about the ticketing system,
The express
so I'm
penalty
driving in Kololo in my green Corsa. Yeah, guys, a nigga with a Hilux cuts me off around Malcolm X, Bitature's place around there. A nigga with a what? A Hilux cuts me off, but he cuts me off badly. Like I almost push the car into the what? The pavement. Which is, I mean, it's not, the blame is not all on him, it's also on me, because I was not here, I had earphones on, so I didn't even know there's someone behind me hooting. So when this guy cuts me, and I'm seeing him looking at me, I flip him. I'm like, I flip him. I'm like, to hell, you get. I continue driving in my what? In my green Corsa, forgetting I flipped someone in Kololo. You know, Kololo is not a normal place.
It's not, it's not for everyday
Tell
people.
me why after driving 2-3 minutes, this nigga doesn't follow me. In the rear mirror, I'm seeing a Hilux. It's coming. The guy is hooting. The guy is flashing his lights. Guys,
Panic.
have you ever poured water on a cat? Yo. And this is a Hilux. And this is a Hilux, so I can't outpace it in a what?
In a
In
Corsa.
a Toyota.
Corsa.
Yeah.
So my man is like, after 1 minute, he's not trying to overtake. He's like forcing me to like stop.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Let me come to a what? I stop the car. He comes, he parks in front of me. Mind you, before the nigga came out,
You were out.
I was out.
Bleeding.
I was going to apologize.
your knees, say.
By the way, I don't know what happened, but you see,
It was a reflex.
He didn't come out with
I
a
also
pen
don't know. I was
They
like,
normally come out with a keyboard.
it's like, wait, the guy came out, he was tall. Like, this guy wasn't a normal Ugandan because he was calm. Normal Ugandans are very loud. Like, the moment you cut him off, this guy just stepped out of his
beep
Hilux.
that part.
He looked at me.
Jesus.
I'm like, you know what? I was rushing. But you know, I actually didn't mean it. Like, before he even said anything, I was
You have to allow,
apologizing. Because do you know what it takes for someone to chase you, come out, and he's calm? That means I not yes.
You can easily do this guy to you.
Yeah!
Then we shall be here, R.I.P. Faisal.
Guys, he tapped
we don't want
me.
that
He
shit.
was like, Piper, calm down, Nkumanyi. He's like, Nkumanyi, I just wanted to come and holler at you. The whole time I was almost peeing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry,
there's this
what?
there's this new law they've passed. If you can,
They've
talk about
actually
it.
not yet passed it. So there are conversations that involve the Ministry of Works and Transport and, of course, the traffic regulatory stakeholders in the country, where government wants to roll out what is known as the express penalty system. And this one is... It has gotten so many people fucked, by the way. So just to put you up to speed, there's going to be some cameras that are going to be placed in different parts of the CBD. So every time you are using the road and you are driving and you overtake recklessly, or you go past the traffic light, whatever
Or you
sort of
overspeed.
negligence is, overspeeding, there's going to be an instant message that is sent to you, a system I think I saw
ticket.
work in DXB in Dubai. So there's going to be
and
In
Kigali.
Rwanda,
and
in
Kigali
Kigali,
as
it's
well.
working.
So you immediately receive a message telling you how much you're supposed to pay. Now, the least amount is 200,000 Ugandan shillings. This is for overspeeding. That's if you've, for example, I'll give you Lugogo bypass speed limit is 30 kilometers per hour. So you exceed it,
35.
35, 40, pop! Immediately, they send it to you. Now, here's the fucked up thing about this conversation. Once they send you this message as an average civilian, you have 72 hours to pay. If you don't pay within 72 hours, your fine is literally like doubled.
50%.
50%. So if you are to pay, because the rates go all the way to like, I think about 600 or something. So imagine you have about 1.2 to pay just because of, violating
They give you a
traffic lights.
50% surcharge.
Such a
actually.
50%.
Now, the other part involves the government drivers. Basimanya Mvuga Minister, no?
Red number plate because of it, yeah.
This company, institution, government, bichi. Now, for them, apparently, when they get them on the wrong side, when the cameras get them, they have a provision to pay this at the end of the month, which literally they're not actually even going to pay. It is
instantly
going to be
chopped
cut from
off
their
their salary
salaries
there and
at
then.
the end of the month. You, Piper, on the other hand, who works for a normal telecommunication company, once you get that message, you are expected to pay on the spot. 72
Maximum
hours later,
3 days.
double. So people are saying, why? Why do we have to wait for...
We need it.
Why do we have to wait
We
for government
need it, you
people,
guys, you people
to have their
drive
money
so
cut at the end of the
recklessly.
month? But you, Piper, you have to pay instantly.
I don't
That
think it's
is
end of
why.
the month. But
Monthly.
the messages
it's
as
end of the
reading.
month.
Yeah.
The
for
message
government
has read-
For the
Yes.
government employees, because
Yeah.
they chop it on your monthly salary, which comes at the end of
At
the
the end
month.
of the month,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes,
you're right, you're
but
right.
you, Piper, if they grab you on second,
Instant.
by fifth, you, my friend.
So-
I don't thank the government a
Yeah.
lot, but for this system, I will thank them.
I think we needed this.
Yeah,
we needed this to sort of kind of put us back into a bit of civilization. We are wild animals, man. Motherfuckers are driving on different sides of, like, just doing their own shit.
True.
But my worry, first of all, this has cut out the middleman, who is the policeman. And the policeman is not happy. Because the policeman has been kind of, wafunira that, you've been speeding. The chigan grabs you, nakugamba.
Come and do this, yeah.
Talk to me. They usually
now
say,
they have cut
talk
him
to
out.
me.
Now they have cut him out.
Oh my God, I
So-
hadn't thought about it like that.
Now they've cut him out. So that's the first problem. That's the first problem.
Then that means double thanks.
That's
Double
the first
thanks to the
problem.
government.
Now, the second problem.
Instead of paying 200k, man, so quit
Hell no, these niggas.
Really?
Like,
Do you know, I've ever gotten a traffic. I've ever gotten a traffic ticket for having a scratch on my car. They gave me a DMC ticket. Can you imagine? Yet taxis are passing by without brake lights.
Oh, that's why you're
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's
Take
support
their
of the
money.
idea.
Take their
But-
money.
Personal.
Yeah, it's
This is
personal.
personal for Faisal.
But the other thing for me that I struggle with is, if you're going to demand certain levels from us, you better have those levels for yourself. In the sense that if the roads are good and somebody drives recklessly, it's on them. If the road is bad and somebody is negotiating a pothole, then they knock a pole or whatever. The reason why the pothole is there, that's the genesis of the problem.
Yeah.
So I feel like we are offering solutions to problems that the government should have fixed first, which is good roads. If you give people good roads, charge them whatever money you want.
Okay,
That's
so let me come to that.
that's my other issue.
So do
And
you
finally-
feel like it was unfair to have the YY coaches suspended because the Ministry of Works and Transport,
Yes.
Minister,
No, for-
suspended
unfair.
them for
I mean, it
15
was
days?
fair.
The
Actually,
YY
they
coaches, the YY coaches.
In another country, they cancel your license for the entire.
The YY
for
YY
good.
I
coaches.
feel like they delayed.
Listen, so YY
15
coaches
days.
have
And
been
it's not the first time.
banned for 14 days.
15 actually.
Whichever.
Okay, well,
For some days,
40
okay.
yeah. And the precedent was they were involved in accidents, and some of them are very fatal. So the last one that happened actually caught fire. The bus caught fire. So the ministry said, you know what? For 15 days, we are going to put you off the road. Now we have conditions for you. One, we need you to give us the offer letters you gave to the drivers. We need to know that you gave them formal employment and whatever. We need to know their qualifications, right? We need to know the mechanical, like there are certain, But I feel like that is putting plaster, putting Band-Aid on a huge wound. That's a very small issue because there are so many bus owners that are not even under the radar, but they are killing people. So it's a very small issue. I think ultimately in this country, the first and most important thing we need to deal with is fix the roads.
I don't think
In my opinion, that's one.
Okay, yeah.
Once you fix the roads, right? It's very easy to police people. The reason why people leave these main roads and go to feeder roads and look for and cause accidents there is because the main roads are bad. The main road is bad. Somebody's like, if I keep driving my car in that pothole for 3, 4, 5 times, I'm going to have to go to the garage so many times. So to avoid that, let me go to a feeder road. The feeder road is small. It's meant for one-way traffic. There's two lanes. So fix the road. These problems will reduce.
Okay, I feel like when you look at the traffic reports, and this is something my boss always tells me, every time all these accidents come up, people, the government, the police, they come up with these things of, we now have kaonyemo, we now have, traffic stops, we now have traffic lights. But when you look at the reports that come out at the end of the year, the traffic reports at the end of the year, most of the people who are causing these accidents are normal people. It's not drunkards. It's not young kids.
Thank
it's not
you very
people
much.
without permits. It's
Ordinary human beings.
freaking Ugandans.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for me, I feel like even if they are good roads, because you've traveled. Even in Nairobi, they have Nairobi has, in Africa, their road system is top 5. In the top 5. I researched this before I came here, so you can Google it. It's in the top 5 to 7, yeah? But even in Nairobi, every time we have traveled to Nairobi, I guarantee you we've found accidents.
Accidents happen everywhere,
You get?
bro.
So I feel like, to me, it's not about the road, it's the discipline.
Yeah.
Because when you see
I agree
Kigali,
with you. There's
in
a discipline.
Kigali, the roads are tarmacked in the city.
Yeah. But
Out
also
of the city, they are not.
Yeah.
But even out of the city, these guys are disciplined.
Yeah, discipline is very important.
So for me, if they actually implement this, if it's not just hula hoop, because in Uganda, you're not supposed to get excited before the government delivers. Things, they say something, then they do something else. If this can be implemented, I wish they use this money to then fix these roads. Because understand, our roads are being built on.
Laughing in the future.
Wow, yes.
So, because where is this money going?
Oh my God!
Where is this money going?
Oh my God!
It is what it is, guys.
Let's wrap up.
Let's wrap up.
Let me just say that for me, you see, Ugandan things, first of all, you have to look at practicability. In 2 weeks, a Ugandan will steal the pole.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In 2 weeks.
She's right.
Kidding.
The camera will not be working.
100% right.
The camera won't be working. In 4 weeks, the police guys will be back on the road asking for lunch.
Thank you.
Or what you get.
Yeah.
So before we even plan,
Get excited
they
and what?
they will make for us the roads in Boba. Okay, use the money. Bro.
I hate that she's right.
It is
Bro.
what it is,
Headed
guys.
too, man.
I hate that she's
Because
right,
let me
man.
tell you, everything in this country works for 3 weeks max. That's what they
Touch cola now.
I'm not kidding. Because I'll give you
Timana
an
kuba side mirror.
they are solid.
Bambi so spice
But
Diana.
the spice there now.
They rubbed her side
Spice
mirror in
there.
traffic now she's looking.
Bambi.
Exactly.
It's like the third time they have taken her.
So how are
side
the
mirror.
cameras going to help
Let me
people like
tell you.
Spice
By the
Diana?
way, she's on her own there.
So now,
She's on
3 weeks in this country. I'll give you examples. When the person knocked at around Acacia,
I remember.
the
Yeah,
Mercedes
accident.
Benz,
Yeah.
for like the next 2 weeks, we had Kaunyemu everywhere.
Yes.
2 max.
We are reactionary.
Let me
That's
tell
our
you,
problem.
Then I will give you Entebbe. So Entebbe in Kumba, there's that U-turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the track that fell.
Now the truck that fell for like the next 2 weeks. For the next 2 weeks, there were police guys there every day. Now at the beginning of this year, still, I think a white guy got like into an accident or something like that. You must have seen the news because the police even came.
It was a big deal.
And then they arrested people. They didn't even give them fines. They took them to court and remanded them. 3 days max. People moved on. People are back on the
Hey, that's what makes us unique. It makes us unique as a country.
Visit Uganda.
Before we start these things, use the money to build roads, make us roads, please.
Yeah.
But who do you guys think are the worst people on the road, apart from government drivers? Because
Border cyclists.
Yeah, border cyclists are.
So do you support border cyclists being chased out of CBD?
Yeah. Let them get the fuck out of the CBD.
No problem with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no problem.
Borders every day.
We shall figure out a way to.
We'll figure out a solution, man.
In Nairobi CBD,
there are no borders.
And
things
I'd
happen.
rather use a train.
Yes.
I remember that when they enacted that law, I thought it would
It's going to be chaos, but it works.
Yes, the
If
train
you get them
works.
out of the city. But you see, the reason why that can't happen is obviously because they collect intel, but then also they are owned by the Banene, and like it's a very political thing. So borders can't leave the city. But to Chite,
okay, as we summarize, if there's one thing you wanted, like the government to fix about our roads, what would it be?
About the roads.
About the roads.
About the road system in this country.
First do away with
traffic lights.
Okay, more
switch
traffic
them on
lights,
when they want.
and let them be functional.
So
deal with the potholes, man. There's nothing as
Yeah,
annoying
I
as
think, yeah.
potholes
That's what I was gonna
within the
say.
CBD. You've been to around that Airtel roundabout, Masauka Junction. Now you have cars going to.
Use another roundabout.
Another roundabout.
Why using my car?
I see what I did there.
Nigeria.
But man, that's one.
Okay, yeah, Nigeria, Ventia, along there. But they when are they about making that road? Like that Nigeria.
The election cycle is
Venti
coming.
Kira
Yeah.
Road.
Let me tell you,
December it should be done. Are we
Elections.
electing next
Next
year?
year, yes.
Done there? December.
There will be some progress.
Yeah.
So for you, potholes.
Yeah, potholes.
For you, what do you think? For you, say traffic lights, yeah.
For me, traffic lights, let me tell you, there's nothing as annoying as the traffic light going green and the police guy says,
So
Shake my
I
hand.
hate that stuff.
Shake my hand. Thank you.
I need,
Thank you.
the traffic lights in Entebbe that
Oh my God! Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they count
Yeah.
down.
you know you're going.
In all other countries, that's actually
Guys,
What
the
is
countdown.
something green and you're there standing in front of
Zapping.
the
me?
worst junction to actually try and use that traffic light is Ginger Road, that Ginger Road junction. More so if you're coming from Garden City or if you're coming from the industrial area.
Yes.
My guy, they will make you stay there for a legit
Yeah.
30
I
minutes.
think
Guys,
that's
see, guys who are coming from
green.
Ginger and
Yeah.
Kampala just
You remember the other
gallivanting.
week when we were going to and
Latitude.
we were
yeah.
there.
Okay,
30
guys.
minutes.
Guys,
Yeah, so
it's okay.
Oh, Mose.
It is what it is, guys.
Yeah, for me, I think the one thing that I would want fixed on the roads, I want fewer government cars to be driving after 5 p.m. Actually, no government car should drive after 5 p.m. If by 5 p.m. you have not reached your destination, sigala worry. But okay, and then secondly, chengamba buli ali kubo, whether you're a driver or a rider or whatever. If the policeman comes and asks for your permit, it's over. No negotiation. Go in. Yes.
No.
What happened
No.
to talking?
No. Everybody doesn't want that.
Oh my God,
Let's go.
my thingy.
Let's go.
Wait.
What I would want.
Wrap up.
I was driving in moves. You guys is getting harder driving in moves. We need
Why are
a
you driving in moves?
I was going somewhere in New Zealand. We need a
said
designated
moves.
guys.
Okay. Go. Now,
Come back here.
It's okay. Sorry.
We need designated walking pathways
Yeah, no,
for
we
these
do. We
students
do,
where
absolutely.
you actually cannot see them.
Yeah.
Because I kid you not, the way people are
Where you
going
can't
to
see them?
the way people are going to
Where there's
class.
like a barrier between
the
you
way
and
people are
them.
going to class these days, it's like a fashion show.
Yeah, so that fucks you up.
Guys,
You
don't
actually
forget
you
to
ask yourself why
Yeah.
Don't
be
forget
continued
to
after.
Subscribe,
Like,
share,
share.
comment,
Yeah.
please. Don't forget to comment.
And thank you so much for the love.
Gango
Our gangos.
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 So is it gangos or jokers?
Gangos.
Gangos.
Jokers,
Yeah.
witnesses.
Yeah.
What else?
No, gangos. Let's go with gangos.
Gangos and jokers
Let us know
between
in
the
the
two.
comments what you want us to call you. you know, whether
Our fans, our loyal fans.
and
But Gangos has a nice rhyme to it.
whatever.
Nothing
Yeah.
serious, Gangos, just
Take care.
Gangos.
Gangos.
NSG. Actually,
Gangos.
NSG, but when we're
Nothing
addressing
serious,
them, they are Gangos.
Yes, NSG in full.
NSG.
Nothing serious.
That's the
Gangos.
NSG crew. Gangos Wagwan. Yeah!
We there, so
Done.
Done. Yeah, we there.
No.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
NSG.
We are even going to have an event for Gangos High Tea.